Good morning and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about emergency rental assistance, okay? But the primary topic is going to be about the mental health crisis that I'm watching play out. For those of you that don't know, I do consulting and I've helped a lot of people recover back rent, okay? Whether it's under the Biden administration or under the Trump administration, most of you know there are funds out there where you can recover 12 to 18 months of your rent, okay? But during these consulting calls and emails and text and other ways that we've been communicating back and forth with different clients, one thing that I've noticed is there is a lot of mental health issues going on, okay? And so I wanted to address everybody, especially those of you that are subscribers of my channel, or you may just be new. So I would ask that you hear me out through this process. So, I've had, the bigger crisis I'm starting to see now is people around the 55 area, 55 and older is where I'm seeing most the people that seem to be suffering the most on the mental aspect right now. And I'm saying that because, in the past 90 days of assisting all of you guys, I've had at least three people that have threatened to harm themselves, or one person that it seemed almost more serious. When I do these consultant calls, I've got a good reputation. 91% of the people that I've helped get their rent. But, calls don't go well when you threaten me immediately. If you don't get your rental assistance, you're going to do something that's terrible, to yourself. That's never a great way to start on a consulting call. The other thing that I'm seeing is, again, and I'm not trying to say that it's seniors or people over 55, but, that's the reality of it is that's the people that I'm seeing that are suffering the most. And a lot of you guys, you have it somewhere in your mind that I have control over government funds. I don't have a checkbook. I can't compel the government or your city government to move any quicker than they are. I know people in New York are suffering because they're very slow to roll things out. And a lot of you guys have used profanity, going off the deep end on the phone with me. Some have even threatened me. These things are, I wouldn't have gotten into this 15 years ago, and I wouldn't have been on YouTube for 6 years if I didn't realize people had mental health problems. Obviously, I deal with homeless people that need housing, and so I deal with a lot of situations. But I've got to tell you that even compared to people that are on homeless street that may be even under the influence of drugs and alcohol, I'm finding that people that come to me, ordinary people that come to me about rental assistance, which is really not connected to the Section 8 end of what I do, are suffering more mentally than my mental patients. And some of the behavior that I'm seeing by email and text and on the phone is absolutely disturbing. I've had to refund at least six people, and I've had to ban several people from the channel because, you guys, you have it in your mind. I'm like Amazon, you can call me and you can talk as much shit as possible to me, uh, you know, because you're upset. But the thing about it is, you're upset about rental assistance. You're upset with your city government on issuing the funds, and then you're taking this stuff out on me. Okay, I don't control that. I don't control it at all. And the concept of treating me as if I were a phone operator, like for eBay or Amazon, because everybody's done it. You get upset about something that doesn't get delivered quickly. You call those people, and then you lose your mind on the phone and talk to them like shit. Look, I don't operate that way at all. Okay. I've been out here trying to help you guys, and in 15 years, 14 years, I never charged a penny for any service I've done. I find it highly intolerable when people do that to me. When you're using profanity and you're threatening yourself or you're threatening to harm yourself, and the many other things I've experienced. One thing, let me tell you something, guys. In 90 days flat, I've received over now 10,000 emails from around the country, okay? I am one person doing the job of 20 or 30 people. So from 3:30 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, I'm processing emails and answering all day long. And I get people that demand, simply, absolutely demand that I, give them service, at 7, 8 o'clock at night, as if I don't have a personal life. I want very much to help y'all. Otherwise, I wouldn't be monitoring these emails and calls all day. Another thing I'd like to say is, this channel and my consulting services are out here, specifically to help people. I don't have to do this for a living. I don't need the money from consulting. I don't need the little bit of money that I get from advertising. I'm here simply just to help people. So, if we continue on the path that we're going and I continue to get treated badly by a select number of clients, I will stop doing rental assistance consulting altogether, okay? Because I have to draw a line. And second to that, I have other people with pressing issues too. I have young mothers with newborns that have that have already been evicted. They're already on the street. And so there's already lots of reasons why I have a hard time sleeping. Let's not exacerbate it. Look, if you're patient, you're able to work with me. I understand there's a timeline between now and being put out your own house, but if you can work through the process with me and keep your shit together and not go off the deep end with me when you're texting and calling and different things, then usually, when we apply and get the rental assistance, it comes to fruition. But to try to get nasty with me about it is I find, like I said, intolerable. And I'd like for everybody to calm down, take a breath, allow me to do what you professionally hired me to do, okay? Because if you're unable to remain calm and you start making demands of me, I'm human too. I'm working 14 hours a day every day, and you guys are pressing me to the limit with this, okay? And so we have to take a break, take a breath, and calm down. So I understand people are suffering. There's nothing worse than being put out your home. That's one of the biggest things that you can get in life. We all work, and the biggest asset you have is your home, second to your vehicle, and then, of course, having a job and a family, So I really have to tell you guys, starting next week on Monday, if I suspect that you're being rude, condescending, or having other issues during a call or a text or even coming off as a bad actor in an email, I'm going to eliminate the process for you to be able to use my consulting services, okay? I don't allow anybody to talk to me that way. I'm a grown man, and I'm trying, here's the interesting part. I'm trying to help y'all, okay? So if I'm trying to help you, why would you sit there? Why would you go after the one person that can help you? And I encourage you to look around YouTube, okay? Look around Google. There's nobody else out here trying to help anybody, okay? Nobody. So you're gonna burn the only bridge that you have to getting help. So I'm gonna tell you, this week alone, 6 people freaked out on the phone. And look, I will give you one warning, but after I have to give you the second one, that's where I'm gonna have to terminate it now. So for those of you out there, as I mentioned, we talk about rental assistance a lot. Right now, most of the Trump administration, rental assistance is available. And that's available in every city in America, with the exception of New York is struggling. I think they have the one-shot deal. Now, beyond that, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the Biden administration. His package will roll out, and then that will come to fruition, and you have about 18 months of background there. But look, make no mistake, you need to apply quickly. If you don't know what you're doing or how to do it, I always tell people, just hire a consultant. It's worth the $40. Look at this. You've got, some of you guys have $10,000. I mean, how much could it hurt to ensure that you get your application in at the right place, at the right time, and early, okay?